ongoing adjustments. I think 10 actually is the, let's make sure that that's 10. The right level for the music to be at any time except when we are in combat. And then we can drop it to 7. And when we're in combat, we have our buttons available, so we can do that pretty dynamically. So I think 10 is where we want it to sit. Macros. Yeah, it is. Let's just rename it there. Say 10. There we go. Because it was a little low during those dramatical scenes in our last recording, and that is a shame. Minfilia, the Mask of Grief. Have you a moment, Erwin? I believe Ida wished a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moonbreeda's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. Well, we'll talk some joy into the girl. We're very persuasive. I mean, so far we've had 0 lines of dialogue. I think dialogue options are upcoming at some point. Oh, we gotta talk to everybody. The rising stones feel somehow colder. Moonbreeda always carried with her such an abundance of warmth and cheer. I think we've heard that one, right? Yeah, we've heard these. Ida. What you got, girl? Hey, it's Erwin. Great. Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know. Thing is, I know Moan would tell me if she saw me moping around like this, which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment. I was wondering, do you think you could maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Wraithfrost. Sure. Whatever you say. Wherever you want it. Hand over the flower payment to Rowena. Oh, I should, just making sure we, avoided some noise pollution. So where are we going? Where is this? It looks like it's right here. I guess we're going down to Revenant's Toll? Sure, okay. Goes to show exactly how well we actually know our way around any of these places. Wasn't that one of our objectives back when, was to have a sense for the space? And we've achieved that? Not at all. Not at all. Still bothered that the colors look richer on my second monitor in the preview for this than they do on my screen proper. Rowena. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trinket to trade. Sack of Gil received from Ida in exchange for a single moon daisy. Hey, we got you running errands now. Them signs really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Send the savior of Eorzea at the bleeding market. Fine use of your time, that is. Seriously though, you best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking out the chocobo stables next. Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? The moon daisy, was it? Here then, take it. Until that Ida lasts, I got a wide selection of headwear in stock. She ever decides to replace that old dowdy mask of hers. Gods know she needs to. Yeah, that's why Ida didn't want to deal with Rowena. Oh, you're grieving? Let me just criticize your hat. I hope the music isn't too loud here. This is the problem. It's just variable, you know. I guess we'll find out. Back into the rising stones. Alright, Ida, I've done the very important task of going and finding your cheer-up flower. This is, wait, where is she? God damn it, Wraithfrost. Is that here? Where is that even? Alright, well, we'll go over there. Well, you don't really need to see this part of things, do you? Whoa, hang on. Whoa. Freaky. Alright, 1 second. Back to the Scholar's Stone. Scroll inscribed upon it. Ada. Oh, Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. When I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it again, and then again, and then again. Drives me crazy. What I mean to say is I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. Moon daisies are often hung to rafters, trees, or other elevated locations to represent the celestial body when performing holy rituals to the goddess Menfina during daylight hours. Here you go. Moonbreed, I love these things, you know. Hope that somewhere, somehow, she still knows I'm thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
Midge.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
The dragons are coming. Don't they come here? I swear we see dragons in the sky here at some point. Oh, yep, there they are. I think this is what I remembered. Maybe?
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear,
We have
boss.
received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Alright. Back to the Rising Stones. Shoo. Anybody got anything new to say now? Nope, somehow colder. You're not over it yet? Come on, she was a one-arc character. She was a pretty well-realized character. As I believe we said last episode, it's amazing they did so much with so little with her, like, very impressive. Shall press onward, as we have always done, but I will not squander the sacrifices of our fallen friends by surrendering to a paralysis born of fear. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbreeder's passing. The loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Kurthos will soon arrive. We must hasten to hear her report. Zoop, let's see it. Defenders for Ishgard. Ishgard. Oh, you know what? The envoy is here. The Crystal Tower raid video may have been the previous one. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries if I may. Certainly, you've come with news of the Dravanians. Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the central highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Emmerich himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. Is it reinforcements you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Emmerich would like to meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Oh, sure. Very well, I shall depart for Kurthos at once. I must warn you, though, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Signs of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf. I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. We should tell you to fuck off and you should all perish? Your nation should be revoluted? Yeah. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. Listen, lady, you're fine, but your government should fall. I see. Very well, I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations and have them present to request directly to the heads of the grand companies. Have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea does receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emmerich's authority on this matter and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request. A personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard Zormir and survived. Anything you could share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. 'Twould seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Erwin. That's the one in the south down there, isn't it? Of course they're gonna make us cross the fucking map as soon as we teleport over there. Couldn't just teleport there and be there. That is an absurdity. Oh, wait, what? What? Is this Mercy? Are we experiencing Mercy right now? Is this something just going on elsewhere? Yharnam? I think this predates Yharnam, actually. When did this come out? When did Bloodborne come out? 2013, 2014? Maybe 2015. Really covering all my bases there. Hey, Purple Eyes. Oh boy. Lady Coldheart. Did I call Catherine Lady Coldheart previously? Because she's Lady Stoneheart, I think, not
The sons
Coldheart.
must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
See, I don't really agree with that part of this whole thing. You really don't. We just need to topple the government. We don't need to punish them. Orb. Danger orb. Whoa, did she just envelop Ishgard in her hydrosphere?
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus.
Fucking dragon
The
stan.
sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
All in all, this is probably the right way to go about it. I mean, you can't really just let them keep... Wow, why did... Iceheart, the evil laugh is not... You shouldn't do that. Don't do a fucking deranged laugh. No mercy. Well, thought maybe we'd get mercy. I was wrong. In Philia, we have had reports from a number of frontier settlers. It would seem the dragons have come as far as Mordona. Spooky. Okay, Camp Dragonhead. Oh no, Camp Dragonhead is the one with the aetherite. Whereabouts is our boy? Alphino. Seems I was the swifter, Erwin. You too, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host is yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what's afoot. Sure. Oh, right, we hate the music here, don't we? We can't turn it off because there's gonna be cutscenes. Alright, we just have to put up with it. But you don't have to put up with this travel time. Holy bear. What's that? I was gonna go right up to our destination, but actually we should regard the gate, don't you think? The gates of judgment. Shonalday, what have you got to say? Let the Ord come, we shall rid ourselves of their number, of thousands of their number in one fell swoop. You're confident. Conversation is an indulgence unbecoming to protectors of Ishgard. Never shall I drop my guard, for Dravanians and unbelievers rest not in their connivance. Loan, the Dravanians mass for an assault on our defenses, do they? Foolish lizards. They do not understand that to challenge the blessed light of the Holy See is to perish. Ooh, there's a lot of people around here. Hey, Alphino. Mark the nervous glances our friends share. The dragons have attacked, yes, but something else has occurred. Something unexpected. Let us question the knights here ere we proceed. Let's just talk to everybody first. Marcelin, what have you got? Oh, okay, he's got some more significant gate guard. None shall pass through the gates of judgment who have not been granted leave to do so. In order to enter Ishgard, you must, etc. Yeah. Fucking UI spoilers there. Trembling Temple Knight. We need not fret over much. There are several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. She was dispelling something. Dyspeptic Dragoon. Heretic scum. How dare they meddle with our divine protections. I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. Tenter-hooked Temple Knight. When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones, and a bothered bowman. The gates of judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. So no one's going to tell us about this directly? That seems short-sighted. It would seem the heretics struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies, we chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. I wonder if he deliberately set out to get information away from her guidance. Then you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at camp. Sir Emmerich awaits you. Yeah, you know how to get me somewhere. Defenders of Ishgard. Man, there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen in this little arc. I remember quite a lot of it. He's got the same lines even after you turn the quest? Yeah, same lines. Just checking. The worms roar. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Orshfall will know where Sir Emmerich means to receive us. He's going to receive us in that same fucking weird tiny room that they keep there. This strange room of out-of-sight meetings. Alright. Prep for noisy music. Where are we at here? Skywatcher. Oh, Brigi's one of those fucks who's an inquisitor, right? She still says that, even after everything that went down with the inquisitors here. I hate Ishgard. They should all be evaporated in flame. Often no. Pray ask Lord Orshfall to direct us to the meeting place when you are ready. Okay, fine. 'Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters on the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat with you in the intercessory. Alphino trots away. Quite possibly not on the screen at all for us, had we not rotated 180 degrees to look behind us for no particular reason. Guard. Hey, look, it's a midge. Greetings, sir. Shall I show you inside? Alphino. Ishgard's future hangs in the balance. If the city's salvation rests on our assistance, I cannot well withhold it. Even so, I mean to make Sir Emmerich sweat for his reinforcements. On this occasion, feigned disinterest may serve the cause of Eorzean unity, better than naked philanthropy. Come, let us find out what concessions the Holy See is willing to make. Do I have to jump on the table for that? No, I can talk to him from across the table. Alright. Broom, broom. I thank you for coming with such haste and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, but we were recently returned from the gates of judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you'd prefer to postpone our appointed audience. I see what you're doing, kid. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, though, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Estinian. What? Didn't he get evaporated? Wait, that's not Estinian. What if that were Estinian? Estinian with his pole dancer walk. Oh, you're such a dingus. Do you have any idea how much hair he has under there? Because it's a huge amount. Dude is just a hair fiend. May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. If ever I was that equal, I am no longer, as my fellow Azure Dragoon here will attest. Be at ease, Erwin. He would call us Longpoint. Be at ease, Longpoint. I did not come to challenge you this day. Comedy Frenchman. Well, now that we all have been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. Oh, how many pieces are those guys in these days? It would seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history. That's the one, Nidhogg, that I couldn't remember the other day. Though once defeated by the hero Haldrath, the beast is said to have terrorized Kurthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. Hang on, so that's not a link pearl, that's just a voice in our head. My vengeful son, he should be framed. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. There's my best friend. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guards, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. And gender really does infect our language, infest it. Those are the same words in some languages. I like that we have the distinction, even in English, when you think about it, there isn't one really. But those stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics. The dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde who an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Throughout the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand that these creatures do not share a perception of time. And that this is especially true of the great worms, they who spend centuries in slumber, only to wake and resume their campaigns as if mere hours had passed. It's been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe the Lady Iceheart's in league with this creature, then? Of that, we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the eye, we've been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we needs must address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem you've described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. That is, this much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, though only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter, I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? It is more than any war ever, maybe. Really just between these folks, because the Ishgardians are fucks. There is no political, there's no kind of distributional motive here, not of any kind. Just some fucking dragon genocideers who've had made dragon genocide their greatest tradition for hundreds, thousands of years. And the dragons themselves. I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Nothing, because the dragons don't fucking want anyone else's blood. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Kurthus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until the Garlean's arrival, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Kurthus. They would not even have to draw steel. I've been outplayed with my incredibly simplistic gambit. An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona. 7 hells. Very well, we shall assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Saremaric. Through the power of the eye, I become the vessel of Nidog's strength. His essence was stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you. And the eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wherever I go. His lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidog's voice. Then the worm who roared was Nidog. Aye. He means to hurl his horde against Danifan's color and shatter the remaining walls that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Emmerich was more ruthless in his negotiations than I'd anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy Sea's attitude toward foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. The worms roar, committed to the cause. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, though, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the antecedent. Just teleport me there, I know you can. Ere we sally forth in the defense of Ishgard, we needs must consult with the antecedent. Come, let us return to the Rising Stones. Very good. I am painfully aware of the hypocrisy of our request and the self-inflicted nature of our predicament. But should it serve to deliver my people from their unkind fate, gladly shall I bow my head and beg for aid. I expect, nay, welcome the coming storm of scorn and disdain. The dog, he is the source of our suffering. If we do not fell the worm, these endless clashes count for naught. Okay, well, let's go back to the Rising Stones and talk to Minfilia. You don't really see this part, do you? Okay, now things have changed up in here. If you're looking for the Scions, they've already left for the Alliance nations. I do hope Ishgard will be saved. Considering recent history, will there be any amongst the Alliance willing to aid the Holy See? Ishgard has few friends at the bargaining table. Okay, Coultonnet is non-comedy Frenchman, though. Should events take a turn for the worse, we are fortunate that this settlement is such a popular crossroads for so many veteran adventurers. Though I've never seen one myself, it is said the dragons are just beyond the borders of my homeland. The town's been calm throughout all this talk of war, but if those dragons come to Revenant's toll, there'll be panic aplenty, I'll wager. Let's go. Entrance to the Solar. Just let me in. Just let me in. There we go. Minfilia. Voiced or unvoiced?
Alphino, it is good to see you.
Voiced.
Tell me, what have you learned?
What have you learned? Recap
Pray
for
summon
us.
the others. Everyone must hear my report.
He is the busiest 15-year-old in history who hasn't actually personally saved the universe, I guess. Do you think that the lenses on his goggles get greasy because his hair is resting on them? That seems pretty likely to me.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
As we speak,
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
their vaunted defenses?
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
Full force?
All those people.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
We're dealing with the consequences of Ishgard
Then
being
you
there
agree
right
we have
now.
no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war.
Sure, why not?
But if
You didn't want
all
to fund
fear
some
believe the
terrorist
cause
groups
to be
first.
just, then to war we shall go.
I mean, it's not just, though. It's bad. Ishgard is bad. It's bad.
The path we now embark upon is perilous. But I pray you will walk with us to the end.
I would say this is the, sort of the problem with the glacial pace of Final Fantasy XIV is that ultimately,
For
I
those
think,
we have lost, for those we can yet save.
ultimately the game will come to the same conclusions that we have in many cases, but we do have to spend an awful long time waiting to get to the point where the
Then it is
baddies
settled.
reveal
I
themselves
shall
or whatever.
inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
That seems super likely, doesn't it? I mean, they've been so cooperative so far. They're not stretched thin, no way. Fucking dandy. He's a good boy. They're good dogs, Brunt. Man, what a simpler time. Remember when Dog Rates made a donation to a pro-choice charity and the internet got mad at them? So they like donated an equal amount of money to... This may be a misrepresentation of the fact. So what were they discussing? Those brave crystals. There's our Jack Sparrow. Made a similar donation to like an anti-abortion group. I don't think it was quite that bad, but he did something shitty anyway. He like apologized for supporting the pro-choice group. It was bad. Minfilia volunteered dragon slayers. What you got, ma'am? I bid the Archons to travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge to Grand Company's soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of your own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight across the snowfields from Kurthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Schlafburn on this brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. And before you leave, might I suggest that you have Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. Yeah, she's really good at keeping track of stuff, isn't she, Tataru? She takes quite detailed notes on our every movement. 'Tis impossible to predict how many will rally to Ishgard's call for reinforcements. I do not envy those responsible for planning the city's defense. Yes, we really have gotten to an unenviable position here. We've chosen the wrong side. Don't you think the dragons would help us handle... Do you think they would put up with fucking... So Minfilia is committed to the science to Ishgard's cause, has she? Though she makes her pronouncements with unshakable confidence, I can only imagine how agonizing it was for her to arrive at this decision. So many lives at stake. Higiri, do you have feelings on the matter? The threat of war sows panic and confusion, and routine tasks can offer a calming stability, being sure the larder is properly stocked, for instance. Tataru, what you got? We are rather close to Kurthus, aren't we? Better see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Erwin. I have 101 things to discuss with Schlafburn. There's a dog being loud outside. I look forward to speaking with Schlafburn. Well, do I remember what we were doing for him? He leaves a strong impression, does Schlafburn. You still talking about twins in an inscrutable way? Yes, you are. Still don't know what the fuck that means. I wonder if that's something, is it a reference to Alice and Alphino? Schlafburn. I appreciate the warning. If war's coming to Kurthus, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I will return the favor. And as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die in Ishgardian soil, and I'm certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. With that said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck out here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Always feel like we start strong there and then rapidly lose it. See if I can persuade a few friends to join the cause. While I do that, why don't I ask around for a few volunteers here in the town? I dare say you'll find a few who are willing to help. But do make sure they're up to the task with you. We want to fight dragons, not feed them. To fight dragons, not feed them. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Accomplished adventurer. You got like a weird mask on your back? I don't love that. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Well, I mean, yep, you're not wrong. I'm not gonna fault you there. Ooh. What have you got to say, boyo? We had more people to talk to. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo with the name of Wilred was with the fort that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you? Gods damn it, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, the black market weapons went missing from our vault in Uldar. So now, of course, half the braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's the disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, they're no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all. That and the steady pay. Now, compared to most others in the crew, Wilred's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp among wolves. But the boy's got passion. He talked about being a guardian of Eorzea. He bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And then, this is just between you and me, mind, there's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me something queer he'd noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. There's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I bet me a good eye it ain't young Wilred. Any road you've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get to it. Just thought someone should know. Have you seen your heroine? Tataru hasn't noticed these accounting inconsistencies. That's very strange. I thought that she took care of duties like that. Rabat. Adept adventurer. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. But I have pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I'm loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do. Well, I'm gonna handle things over there, so you can really, stay faithful. Beelines are the best lines. So we blighted the Ishgardians. Wound up dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'll slay my share for the show. First share would be a fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them nights before, Watch me like a bloody hooky did. Still, I'll put up with worse just for that than that for every coin purse. It's a very imposing structure to live in the shadow of, don't you think? Oh, you're really looking up on some dramatical view. Where is Angular Adventurer? Volunteer my services in defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddle behind an icy wall. So hard to know exactly how things should land until you're at the end of this sentence. Yeah, Tataru, we've checked him out, and not a lot of willing. There you are, Erwin. So did you sway any hearts? Ow. 1 or 2, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Schlapper's friends. One of the largest company in the army, but I'd say one of Remnant's toll veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. We don't really do any fighting around here, do we? An allied perspective. I've been so caught up with recruiting I almost forgot there's been word from Alphino. Apparently the Alliance leaders are convening in Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plight, and they've requested your presence as usual. Anyway, you best make your way to Ul'dah or you'll be late. Alphino said that he'd meet you on the Royal Promenade. Yeah. Ooh, things about to get fancy. Man, we're gonna have to put up with the music because it's gonna be cutscene city. I just know it. What? Skratsky's shadow, and how come you look like an Alphino? Anyway. I guess if they were doing Alphino cosplay, they probably wouldn't be a cat girl. Just the white hair. Alright, Alf. My apologies for calling you away from your other tasks. I'd hope to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my council requests for an audience have prompted a gathering. My urgent request for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I feel obliged to attend. The Alliance leaders are already seated within. Let's join them, shall we? Sure. These things have always been productive, after all. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Her staff is weird. It's hard to grip.
Of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Really? Doesn't seem like you. I mean, I guess that... no, forgot that not an autoplay.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Braves' intervention.
Ah, so have we not, we haven't actually sounded them out to help
does
yet.
not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
Weird to see the CIA coming to the executive for permission to cause a
You would
stir.
offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Thoughts and wishes.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many.
I mean, we do spend a lot
We are
of
not in a
time
position to
knowing
contribute
what your
greatly to the
problems
defense
are.
of Ishgard. Not when our own homes are still under siege.
Especially not then. Were they under siege by Ishgard?
We dare
No,
not leave
sorry.
our interest in Cartano
It
undefended
is
as
a
well.
different enemy. What am I talking about?
Teleji Adeleji and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The Cardno situation is fucked, man.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Boy.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Do you think the people who do get committed to the cause is just like a tiny band of
yes.
folks are going to feel good about that?
They're not like to turn you down.
The free companies are just us. We're
beg
already
your
working for
pardon?
them.
You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords?
Hey, that's us. We're with the free companies.
Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
I mean, I'm with you, Alf, but
My
jeez.
duty is to my country and my people.
That's a narrow horizon. Merlvib is no
If you expect
internationalist.
us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest.
I mean, it's what they
If you
deserve.
cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Ooh, harsh. Damn, man. Merlvib. Alphino has arranged an awful lot of important stuff.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
Thoughtless boy.
I suggest you assemble.
Remember, these are egos, Alphano.
Assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again.
Well, either that or I'll just go in all by myself and bulldoze the entire thing. I love how weird it must be having a facial expression under there, right? But we can't see it. It's just
If I may, Your
enigma.
Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces.
What, huh?
If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace.
Her mind is elsewhere. Her thoughts on abdication.
Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Oh wait, maybe there is music and I just clicked out of this screen? Nope, there is no music. I think I'm hearing the tapping of little tiny spider feet from one of Rom's ads wandering through a hallway in Bloodborne in the background, playing through the out loud speakers.
Not feeling well.
With assassins like me,
Her Grace is in perfect health.
for now.
I see. Carry on.
Doo-doo. Bard, you still got nothing good to say. Not my place to comment on the decisions of the council, so if I should just say that I shall pray for your victory. Alpha, no. How you feeling? Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems that you've been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear that we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Orchefort and Sarah Emmerich to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. Ring, ring, ring. Captain Elbird, what news? Huh? Then the assault has begun. We have at this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandir at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and thin the Dravanian horde if they descend upon Ishgard. We'll join you as soon as I am able. Why is he giving tactical advice over the phone to a military man? Arrowhead, I would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses of the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marcelin at the Gates of Judgment. The Judgments of Gate? And he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. And then the music just cuts. Seek out Sir Marcelin, the keeper of the Gates of Judgment. The Steps of Faith lie just beyond his position, and he will know where the fighting is the worst. Yep, let's bounce right on over there. Zoop, zoop, zoop. I think we're about... This is the final... Oh, no, that's not... yeah. I think this is basically the last thing before the final proper little arc starts, basically. I guess it could all be seen as interconnected as well. Hard to say exactly. We've got, I believe, one more kind of interactive thing to take care of, and then a long, long cutscene, and then it will be time to move heavensward. Marcelin, what have you got to say for yourself? You are the appointed captain of the sellsword contingent? Then welcome. There is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks. What? And for the present, I would have you join them. Unable to join party, okay. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the Steps of Faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishers are slain. I would have you assist the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers in slaying Dravanian's advanced skirmishers and practically whose that's been eliminated. Well, that's an understatement of what we're about to go through. Wait, what? Oh, okay. That's not where we are. Come on, you got an instance portal glowing right next to you, and you want me to go deal with something else? Fine. There's Call Me Muggins, thinking about some fan art of the Masters from Fallen London. You pays your money and you gets your prizes. Party invite from Winky Starfeather. Hello? What do you need, the Winky Starfeather? Do 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 do. Oh, that's turn the music down. I think 7's gonna be good for combat. I think that it was yesterday, right? Yeah, basically the combat music was a manageable volume, so I think 7's okay. Collapse. Oh, okay. These dudes are still getting just one shot, basically. What is up? What should we tell them? Not much. Do I know Winky Starfeather? Are they a friend of mine? Not much. Recording the conclusion of ARR as we speak. Did you need something? Damn dragons! Wait, what? Why am I in this duty finder? Oh, you're queued for this, huh? I'm not quite ready for it yet. One second. Just extending a hand to this person. If they're not done by the time we're ready, we can bring them along with us. Can we get up this surface? Yeah, surely we can. Surely we can. You don't need to see this travel time. Alright, we seem to have consented to join this person's free company. And they also will come along with us unsynced if they want to, or if we get to that point before... Oh, what's going on? Nope, we can't, because we are from Spriggan. Did we defeat them? Are they defeated? Oh, okay. Horde Commander. Come on over here, dude. Big boy. Zoop, zoop. I'll be fine to solo it. Unless it's one of those ones that's hard to solo. Right, back to our buddy. We're back. Marcelin. What news, adventurer? The reinforcements decimated, you say? Dravanian devils, damn their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, sir. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. So were those members of the free companies who were killed there? The Steps of Faith. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting real close to the end game. If you commit yourself to the siege, you should know what it is that you are tasked with defending. No, that doesn't matter. That's not important. Don't give me a history lesson. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the Steps of Faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the Sea of Clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Danafin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice-damned witch Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus the dragons now... Oh, what's happening? I mean, it's just not productive, right? Unless you're committing to a program of genocide, which I don't know. I'm not really into harming people. I mean, there are certainly people I wouldn't mind seeing come to harm, but not in the... I'm not of a mind. I mean, I don't know how to tell you that what you're saying is nonsense. I mean... Oh, armies. Oh, fuck. God fucking damn it. Damn it. Together. Oh fuck, I've been muted. Shit, how long have I been muted? Well, I'm sure not long, right? I'm sure not for the past 45 minutes. Well, I wasn't saying anything of any interest. Let's start again. The Steps of Faith, the sole means of approaching the city of Ishgard. As well as providing passage across the Sea of Clouds, this great stone bridge also serves to anchor the series of arcane wards known as Danithan's Collar. Long as the Holy See relied upon these barriers to shield the city from Dravanian assault, but it did not reckon upon the brazen actions of Lady Iceheart. The outermost layer of protection has been dispelled, allowing the mighty dragon Vishap to land upon the far end of the Steps of Faith. Leading an army of lesser kin, the massive creature is intent on destroying the exposed foundations of the remaining wards. Take a position alongside the Temple Knights and defend the structure from the ravaging forces of the Horde. This is very ideologically framed. little set of messages there. Yeah, I've got the monitor HDR on now, and it makes it definitely less washed out. The colors are kind of crazy, like anything bright is super blown out. And anything dark is very rich. I still have no idea if anyone walking in would look at the HDR setting and be like, what is going on? I'm gonna change it back and forth. Yeah, it just looks much nicer with the HDR on. So many things look terrible. Who's that big man? This is by far the biggest man we've encountered. I've never seen a man this size. Got fancy statues, got a huge dragon. We claim victory this day or Ishgard falls. Accept the fury into your heart and defend this bridge with your life's blood. Can I just kill... I'm just gonna fight this. They seek to swarm the healers. Focus your attacks on the dragonflies. Do I have to? Can I just kill this guy? I'm not sure if there are NPCs here who are at risk, or if it's just, this dude is walking forward something fierce. Control F, Control C, let's dump some mana, why don't we? Slings and arrows shall avail us little against this foe. Ready the cannons! I mean, my slings and my arrows are doing pretty good. Maybe you should get better slings, superior arrows. Invest in yourself. Do we have to be using the cannons? Oh fuck, he's about to smash the cannons. Well, I hope. I wonder if this one isn't soloable. Sidewise slice. What are you about to do, buddy? Oh, he did blow up the cannons. Okay, well, let's see if we can solo it. It's possible we're gonna have to sit through a queue and do this the old-fashioned way, but who knows. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna lose if he gets to the end. That wouldn't shock me, you know. We've been silenced, like on Twitter. So, you think we can run over here and use Bertha quickly enough to stop this motherfucker? You need to use your lightning move to stun him, I think. I think we may be in trouble here. We may be in real trouble. Quickly! Okay, so he destroyed that too. I think we might be about to lose. Well, we'll get to see the tragic end of this story when it's so sad this guy's gonna step into Ishgard and kill them all. You know, maybe this is what we set out to do the whole time. Maybe this is just justice, served by someone who has little enough right to. I think he's about to win. Body slam on those wards. Oh yeah, there it is, the Ark of the Worthy. Blast! They've broken through the second layer, but there are yet 2 more wards. Oh, we've got tons of time. We've got tons and tons of time. We just gotta ignore everything and just fuck this dragon up. We have more time than we will ever need, assuming that each of these following events takes just as long. Keep casting that Holy Spirit. Chirurgien. Let's drop a little bit more heat. Oh, shit. Well, we fucked that up. So it goes. 2, 1, 2. Alright, you ready to... Oh, whoa. Let's go hog wild. Blasted dragons, that's right. They're incorrigible. These poor archers. Climb the tower and man the dragon killer. Steady time. Steady now, time your shot. I just want to be clear, I'm not letting anyone do anything here. I'm not stopping them, but it is all them, you know? I'm not giving them permission, but it's not necessarily my job to protect your cannons. I'm here for my own reasons, to witness the downfall of a weird, deeply fascistic, internally genocidal religious empire. And, you know, I guess V Shop is kind of making a mess of a historical monument. That's all that this is. This is just about the architecture for us. Recognize that. Don't mistake yourselves for an essential piece of the history on display here. You are historical footnotes. And here goes poor V Shop on his way out. Leave that ward intact, my boy. Leave it intact. The dragon's about to fall. Oh, did we turn the volume down there? Maybe it might have been too loud. Oh well, I didn't say anything of any value during that exchange. Sorry, one moment. Just helping my boss prepare a Sunday night presentation for work, because of course, working with users in China, time zones become a problem. Here we go. Let's get out of here. We've saved Ishgard, I guess. I mean, not necessarily cause for celebration, but I guess if that's your idea of a holiday, the dragon's there withdrawing. Victory is ours. I hate this guy's face. Not a good face, you know. I've seen better faces. Hooray! Yeah, all these bright colors are blown to hell. Is the man, one of Nidog's greatest champions, un de ses meilleurs champignons. Big mushroom. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. But what of you, Nidog? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Mayhap you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter. I shall slay Hazard and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidog, and only your death will set my lance. Spring? Where's Dr. Springello? The color of the light out there is strange. Alpha, no. Where's the boy? Arrowin, the dragons are routed. Lest you wonder, the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but my Crystal Braves were not found wanting. Huh? It's Sir Emmerich. Commander Leveilleur, Long Point. True to your word, you arrived to aid us in an hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See and the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks. Though I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all the dragons have fled. There are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray let us meet anon that I might express my thanks with proper courtesy. Sure. Wait, like, behind the gym? I too would offer my thanks, Erwin, though through your deeds we've achieved a victory of singular importance. For the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eosian Alliance once more. Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Askians and the Empire, but step by unfaltering step, we march ever nearer to our goal. And as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. The victory you have won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. It is a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come, and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we have done well, my friend, and I for one would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilbert back to Ul'dah and reassign those braves whose squads suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray return to Revenant's Toll and share your tale with Minfilia in person. Sure, I'd love to do that. I'm basically a reporting-in machine. Kinda my role around here. Let's head back. I'm sure that it's basically all over now, but for the crying, right? Nearly there. Whoops. Well, I hope that the previous X minutes of nothing have been edited out. You see, for work, I often have to press F9, and work reared its head. Unsurprisingly so. And also unsurprisingly, I forgot not to press F9. So there's some dud air in here. I'm sure that I'll have found a way to remove it. I don't really trust you. Oh, we're not even in New Game Plus mode because you had to relog. Everything is goofed up. God damn it. Come on. Come on. Come on. You. Yeah. I've used YouTube's crop feature in the past, and it caused time to become unsynchronized on the video, at least when the video is linked at time, which is fucking bonkers. A, like, fix your shit, YouTube, and B, makes me think maybe I'll be trying to load this into Camtasia and editing that out. That has problems of its own. We shall see. I won't let it stand one way or the other. Tondaru says, I'm faced by a merciless mountain of administrative chores. Thankfully, this is one battle I am well equipped to fight. How come you didn't notice those discrepancies in the accounting? So Minfilia has committed the science to Ishgard's cause, has she? Though she makes her pronouncements with unshakable confidence, I can only imagine how agonizing it was for her to arrive at this decision. So many lives are at stake. We heard that one before, and that one sounded familiar. Figure you're gonna say Finding Serenity? Yeah, okay, maybe we have heard those two before, but Tadaru's was new, I'm pretty sure. I don't like the idea of just one of the characters changing dialogue. We need to be able to check one and be confident with all of them, because we're not going to start checking all of them when they seem to be the same. That I promise you. You make sure the volume is cranked. Cranked my volume, Minfilia. Arwen, welcome back. Alphino sent word of the siege, and of course of the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me, Arwen. Thank you. Steps of faith. Administrative decision. Minfilia seems loath to put us to further trouble so soon after our last great excursion. Please, put us to trouble. We gotta get there. We're gonna finish this tonight. You must be weary, Arwen. And now may very well be your only chance to... Antecedent. Hello. A messenger from Ul'dah arrived with a missive for you. The royal seal. Curious indeed. Ah, an invitation. On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul'Namo invites the Signs of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Ul'dah in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege, you for your valiant efforts as commander of the adventurers contingent, and the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration. All three refuse to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords, many of whom perished ere the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of your triumph? But mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgard's return to the Eorzean Alliance. Ah, we have scarce had time to mourn Moon Brida, and I for one am in no mood to carouse. But I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray content yourself with the thought that such occasion may bring about momentous change, and this without recourse to bloodshed. Yeah. Tataru, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Scions. Of course, antecedent. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Curious. I've never known Tataru to sigh at such requests. Could aught be amiss? Oh, I thought... Oh, We see yet again my brain not actually processing words as they come out of my mouth. Listen, you think this is bad? If I weren't recording this, it would be in one eye and out the other. Tataru is troubled, I'm certain of it. Would you mind speaking with her? I fear any concern I show will be met with stoic denials. Yeah, I don't really think of Tataru as stoic. Certainly, maybe it's just with us that she shares so much. Because she's eager for us to share back with her so she can report back to her Garlean masters. Tataru is missing. We have to look around real carefully. Wait, hang on. Before we do that, the crowds have changed. Have you witnessed the scene over yonder? Such is the fate of he who would toy with women's hearts. Let us see how Thancred's silver tongue wags its way out of this one. In Doma, fidelity is a highly prized virtue. Perhaps it is a difference in culture, but the situation lies outside my comprehension. Do you not have more pressing matters to attend to?
The primal shackles its faithful with the bonds of eternal devotion, but I feel the power Thancred wields over his admirers is rather more fickle.
Oh, gods, Maggot, stop. My sides are about to burst.
Ladies, please, this is no way to... Oh, hey, Erwin. I was just entertaining some friends. Oh, gods.
You'd best watch your tongue. Well, I'm the one who procured the rarest of ores. Just accept that you're, the subject of a harem anime, I guess. I'm sure something can be arranged. This is the problem with, heterosexualists, is the strict adherence to Tataru is conspicuous by her absence. It's a fun expression. Flamin, you got something else to say?
Tataru, I believe she stepped outside. Now that I think on it, she did seem rather preoccupied.
Let's get the fuck out of here, why don't we? Let's leave. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Just right over here? To the red circle? Revenant's Toll. Where are you, Tataru? I really don't have time for this shit right now. Not in character, not out of character. Where the fuck is Tataru? Can I ring the summoning bell to bring her to me? Tataru, where are you? Please, I have simply no interest in playing these games. There she is. Jesus, lady. It's fucking reflecting on your life. Looking out over the plaza. Oh, Erwin, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing, really. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. That's why I should probably talk to Minfilia before things get any worse. You always know what to say, Erwin. I'm glad we had this little chat. Yeah. Okay. I seem to recall this may be something to do with a dress. Tataru simply has nothing to wear. Could probably have put us on pause for that, don't you think? Even in its most urgent moments, the game can't help but just grind to a halt. My mind is made up. Minfilia. Yes, Tataru, you have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject, what with all the recent excitement, but Erwin made me realize that there's no time like the present, and time is what I'm here to ask you for. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you've certainly earned the rest. But I suspect that lying abed is far from your intent. You know me too well, Antecedent. There is in fact something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Hori, Boulder, and Coltonay have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. And so it seems only right that I too should acquire the power to defend myself, and others, more importantly. When I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard. Wow, okay. That's, quite the ambition. Just looking over your shoulder, huh? Why? It's the first time I've almost been knocked down to the ground by a Lolafell. I've never seen Miss Tyler so determined. As up befell which I might help Antecedent. Not at present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me? Oh yes, pray excuse my distraction. Excuse my extraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while on patrol, and I feel we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. I therefore humbly request that another adventurer of a capable kind, of course, be assigned to our party. Very well, I shall consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement as soon as I am able. My thanks, Antecedent. I'll take my leave of you. Grinding to a halt. Come on, folks. Let's please pick up the pace. That was it? Minor affairs of state? Just keep moving, please. Just gotta keep moving. Wait, 2 different MSQ quests? Oh my god, really? Small talk, you are a welcome sight as always, Erwin. I thank the 12 not only for Ishgard's salvation, but also your safe return. Okay, unexpected ambition. Minfilia's at a loss for words. The power to defend oneself. Tanaru's ever been full of surprises. Now that I think on it, I do recall Urianger mentioning that she developed an interest in Arcanima. Perhaps she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Themsalaminsa. Yes, that'll be the way of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well? Doubtless unwarranted, but surely I'm not alone in my concern for her safety. Yeah, I guess so. It's been 1,000 years since we were over there, so let's go over there. Oh fuck, I've been muted. God damn it. How long was I muted again? Jesus, I knew that this was a danger, but well, I hope that we didn't miss my wonderful song. I totally gave voice to Tataru's singing there. It was great. We really have to go. Couldn't we just go back to the stones? Couldn't we just go back to the... Okay. Everybody relax. Everybody relax. We're in the home stretch. I'm gonna go to bed tonight with ARR in the bag. Might even do Crystal Tower tonight. We'll see. I'm still feeling energetic. I got like 2 hours left. Back so soon. How fährt our fledgling Arcanist? Abysmally, Mistress Tubergheim. Abysmally, as everyone will testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist. Wrong as usual. I'm completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? Sort of South African slipping in there. not really intentional. You're too kind, Mistress Tubergheim. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. Oh. Done. Now we have to go back to pick up that first quest from fucking Rising Stones again. Oh boy. Anything to say to me, Tubergheim? Tataru's a bright-spirited girl. She could but focus her nervous energy. She could spy even more effectively. Ancient ways, timeless wants. Oh my god. As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. I do mind. Wonderful, then to Costa del Sol we will go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it'll pay off. What if the gamble is literally gambling? That would be good. I would like that. Tataru just gonna go put it all on 3 of the chocobo races down the beach. Zoop. Hey Tots. Oh jeez. Yeah, this is it. This is where the man of the drowning wench told me to look. There is a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off. Right, the link pearls. I forgot that at one point it's implied that she knows the secret of their making. In other words, she might be able to tap that shit. What fortune, I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment. Let's turn the volume down there, that seems loud. Also don't really need to know a destination. Okay, stand guard, but like at a respectable distance. Standing watch. Somebody gonna come and try and kill the little lady? Where? Oh, no, that's our pet rat. Whoa, Morgawer, you're an impressive figure. You also have a ton of health, holy shit. You survived more attacks there than I would have expected you to be able to, but not enough. Stand guard as Tataru harvests pearls. Well fought, Erwin, well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. Thought I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they'll always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people, in a way. Right, well, mustn't keep Flamin waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. We're to secure provisions for the Scions in the limits and markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent and tell her she needn't worry about me. Ah, it's that. I remember what it is. Farewell, Erwin, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about, until we meet again, remember this, my friends. Remember this. Yep. See ya. Whoa. What do you make of all that, folks? Here we are again. I guess we probably could have waited till we talked to Menphilia, because we know what's going to happen in here, right? Just going to be that other fucking quest, which hopefully will not, I don't know. Anyway, welcome home, Erwin. I gather you found Tataru and Limsa Laminsa. My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure. And while it did not end as she'd hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. Where we are needed, a mixture of regret and desperation. I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Hoary Boulder with a capable adventurer? Well, I'm sorry to say that I have as yet been unable to do so. Now, I realize that you are rather more than a capable adventurer and that escort duty is frankly beneath a cat of your talents. But I have no one else to turn to at present. Might you be willing to forego rest and assist us in this matter? Generous to a fault. I thank you, Erwin. Now, it seems only fair that I explain the import of the task in question. For some time, our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea, taking etheric readings that we might better understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees safely, and so we ask the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Hoary Boulder and Coldenay were to act as two such escorts, as was a third adventurer. The last, due to injury, said adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon your goodwill. You truly are a pillar of strength, Erwin. Hoary Boulder will share with you the details of your task. He should be waiting for you outside. Be safe. Alright, let's go talk to Mr. Boulder. Here he is. Coltenay. I've no idea that you would be assisting us personally, Long Point. My sincerest apologies for dragging you into our affairs. I'm a big fan of your affairs. I've written several fics about your affair, Coltenay. Don't you even worry about it, buddy. Oh, Long Point, is it true that you've agreed to lend us a hand? What I tell you, Coltenay, our misfortune has become a blessing, an opportunity to serve alongside the Warrior of Light himself. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom would take a different route? True, but our mission will be the same, separated by moments though we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, then you are welcome to think them. You two are always together. To my practical concerns, Long Point, we would have you attend this scholar charged with surveying this source shroud. He's waiting at the... Whoa. He's waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man who determined the most appropriate location to take readings. In spirit, Long Point. In spirit, we shall be together every step of the way. These two rock. They're good. Probably the best kind of recurring supporting characters that we've had. Maybe the only recurring supporting characters that we've had. Definitely OTP, sweethearts. I sure hope nothing bad happens to them, because an opportunity for bad things to happen to them is going to come up real soon. Unsettled Sholar. What should we do? Should we do a voice of this guy? We do the fop again.
At last, the science man deigns to grace me with his presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Ismar. Come, we're late enough as it is.
Chocobo Keep, of course. Take me over to Ismar. Let's take a look at the countryside. Enjoy the rain on our shoulders. Actually, this is probably a vacuum-sealed suit, honestly. Given what these motherfuckers get up to, I bet space was involved. Unsettled scholar.
Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to make the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions, and please, stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts.
And turn the volume down a little there on the music. Zip, 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 rat. We sent in hostile presence. Violet flytraps. It's so funny to me when they spawn for the quest but don't aggro on us because we're too high level. I'm in favor of this. We've done it.
I see we both completed our respective tasks, a satisfactory outcome. Though, if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, snake motorways, shall we?
I'm gonna put a big ol' whopper on your chin. Gonna thrash you and give you a boop and a bonk. You, sir, are no scholar of mine. Can we get over this? Yes, we can, thank goodness. Beeline. But bees, of course, notoriously do not really fly straight, right? They kind of hurtle through the air.
Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask you to keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work.
Love to. Once again, we have to interact. I believe y'all haven't seen this yet, but I think this is actually where you go to get initiated as a astrologian. Takes place around here. Oh man, I really want to do White Mage though. Captain Tastic's been White Maging it up. I say been, he hasn't played Final Fantasy in like 2 months or something. He fiended through it.
Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I expected, though perhaps that should come as no surprise. I'm not given to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey.
This is gonna be, well, you can drive with me, why not? I gotta drive. This is gonna be an immensely long video. Probably it would behoove me, because of that dead air, to stop this now. And I'm a little worried about running out of disk space. It would be a shame to lose this because of that. I don't really know how to check. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down. What was that message, buddy? Turning down what? Turning down what? This is a pretty good hoose here. Quite like this little tree building. What is this place? The Lost City of Ampador. I've been there, I think. Oh yeah, absolutely I have. That was a level 50 dungeon, huh? It's all fungal, which is really cool.
As before, my guardian, pray leave me to my task and ensure our safety.
Certainly. I got nothing better to do. Hope this is important. Hope this matters. Was that it? Just the one? No, there's more than one. Get fucked. Get dunked on. Just individual little wraiths. Does that wrap us up?
This data should prove invaluable to... Ye gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantoises while my back was turned? Quickly now, off to Camp Tranquil. I will not have my clothing reeking of blood and offal.
You, where we are needed. Yeah, I guess I'll go where I'm needed. Fine, fine. I'll go there. But you can't make me like it. You probably could, given that we seem to have no agency of any kind.
You chose to paddle in the Ichor a while longer, I take it. No matter, I took advantage of the unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there's been a measurable decrease in Eorzea's ambient ether concentration since the calamity. However, the data is far from conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my assessments.
Yeah, it was because the Phoenix hadn't been returned yet, right? The least among us, who better to serve the signs of the Seventh Dawn than a humble scholar and his faithful assistant?
For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's fault.
We're not done?
The ambient ether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes. No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now come along.
Okay. Oh boy. We could have met him at Quarry Mill and been closer. What? Yeah, this luscious nature situation. Okay, unsettled scholar.
You should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. Pray find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurements.
Yeah, you gonna get eaten? Is a giant frog gonna emerge from the wet and just devour you? 'Cause, they're not paying me, so... Uh-oh. Something's happening.
Yes, quite high. Still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th astral era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference? Or is there something else? Something else? Something else. Scion, come here. I need you.
Whoa. Oh no, the sleepy twink? Fear not, my friends, help has arrived. There you are, Long Point. Ori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. I guess this was an additional field trip. Kind like a hog, but not by one, no. These wounds are made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put much of a fight either, nary a mark on his sword or shield. I've heard nothing of any crystal brave operations in this area. What caused that weird to come here?
What should we do?
We see to the scholar's protection, Long Point. I and the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The antecedent war and know what happened here. And so do I. His earrings are fucking fierce. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. At least it wasn't an irrelevancy. Let's go. But if you trust the Crystal Braves at this point, I got a mom in Ordona to sell you, or something. Okay, Minfilia. Bad news. Erwin, you returned and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Wilrent dead, mayhem murdered? By the 12, how can that be? I was at word to Alphano at once. We will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilred's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this? And why? You hired him as a soldier, dude. I mean, he was, the odds of his dying a violent death wasn't low. Time to every purpose. While others look forward to the impending royal banquet, Minfilia cannot help but look into the past. She looks so small next to that chair. Voiced? No. Though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard. The first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. I wonder if this thing that I remembered happening at this point in the story, which I can no longer see how they could possibly fit in. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravanians and Askians both. Against desperate odds we have fought and won. But the primals still plague us. The Empire still plots our subjugation. Our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies broken on the steps of faith. Before our eyes in this very room, our dear friend Moonbreeda. This is the victory we have wrought. It is as bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Ul'dah, that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tanaru and Lamin a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. My eyes edit out that spike on our left shoulder. Off to the big soiree, Longpoint. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not? Or not? You don't look best pleased, lad. Something on your mind? By the Navigator, Wilrid's dead. God's damn it. They must know they've been rumbled. I mean, sod it. It's past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from. So I had to dig around on the quiet, and sure enough, I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers, courtesy of a Dodo Consortium. Daft name for a business if I ever heard one, which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us up for amateurs we are. Short of calling one of his bloody businesses the Bribery Consortium, I don't know much more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. But the gods only know how many men, the first, the third, are taking Zaleji's coin. But now we know some of them are. I wager me right eye they're the ones that did for Wilrid. The earnest young fool's taken to asking the wrong kind of questions, bound to attract attention he was. Should have seen it at the time. But I didn't. Gods damn me. Still, I don't know what Zaleji hopes to accomplish. He hid his scheme with all the care of a drunk pissing in the wind. No, he's cleverer than this. So we need to be clever too. It's the only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you have me word. And Longpoint, mind yourself when you're in Ul'dah. We're heading into a storm. I can smell it. The kind what'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. That was a quest, was it? I've accepted this quest now, huh? Grammatical. Oh boy. Royal Promenade. It's go time. I think this might actually be it. Let's watch for a warning. Shoo. Just a moment of the loudest possible volume of this insufferable music. Minphilia. Everybody's here. Alright, actually let's mute it while we're listening to everybody else talk. Ishtola. If I did not think better, I should think our bards were found of another jilted lover.
Is that? No, just my imagination. Oh, pay no attention to me. It's a habit of my misspent youth looking over my shoulder from time to time.
It's a banquet, so there'll definitely be food, but will there also be dancing? And if there is, will it be before or after the food? Dancing on a full stomach is no fun, but neither's being hungry. What to do?
I do hope Ida is not under the impression that we are here to make merry. We are ostensibly the antecedents escort after all.
Alright, music on. It's cutscene time, baby. We've been waiting for you, Erwin. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I'd hoped we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momodi just sent a word that you are needed at the quicksand. God damn it. Come but not gone. Hero must go wherever he's needed, and according to Minphilia, you are needed elsewhere. Aha. We will go on ahead, Erwin. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Was Papa Limo leaning on nothing there? That's pretty good.
Give my regards to Momodi. Let her know that I'll call upon her anon.
He looks like such a little goblin man. Some shots. Nobody is quite beautiful in this game, except for Emmerich, of course. Nobody else is quite beautiful. They're all slightly strange looking. Alright, let's go to the quicksand. Buddy was like, by the way, there's a long cutscene coming up. But he didn't say it all at once, and I knew it was what he was going to tell me, and I was like, should I interrupt him? I'll just let him say it.
I appreciate your dropping in on such short notice, Erwin. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with a crystal brave by the name of Alianne, aren't you? Former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came around for a meal not long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said if the others ended up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. Short message, I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking these words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought these signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to confess her undying love.
Oh my god, the music is so awful. So overwhelming. Making me wander around these cities so much with that being the fucking music, and not being able to turn the music on and off in cutscenes, so it has to be on, is a design flaw. Where am I going? Oh, outside the city? Just let me finish this, please. Please. Just let me finish it, please. I'm so done. I'm so done. Stop making me go everywhere in the world, please. Where are we at? It's a very pretty place, though, of course, and the perfect time of day for it, so... There's only so mad one can be. Destination. Let's look around us while we look around us. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost, enemies slain, begin to file your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Alianne. Make sure the music's on. We gotta use it again. Continue waiting. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of Kikern and the buzzing of syrphids. No approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head, only to notice the vial lying at your feet. Faint light. Erwin, is that you? What brings you out this way? Which one's Laurentius? Oh, this is the one who betrayed the Wood Dwellers, right? Think? Maybe? Think it is. Lieutenant Eliane. Why, no, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't that about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. I pray return to Ul'dah, Erwin. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here. Seems legit. Yeah, there was a whole plot point that I guess must happen during Heaven's Word.
Oh, Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line.
That, yeah, I thought it was going to happen before Heaven's Word, and obviously that's not happening, which is good, because I wanted to finish this up.
The House of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands.
I would say that it is,
To raise it up again, it were better that it fall.
I would say...
Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
The state withered away, is what you're saying. There we are. Show the clouded vial to Mamodi. Let's do it. Oops, didn't capture my arrival. See, the nighttime music is so nice. Why, if it could just be this instead of the incredibly bombastic shit playing over things that we're supposed to be paying attention to. Mamodi, talk to me. I bet you're a comedy Frenchman too, Vado Omega. I reckoned you'd head straight to the feast after meeting with Eliane. What's the matter? No appetite? Tiny glass container appears to have been used before. But what did it contain? But to contain what? Pray tell, was the line. So she wasn't there, but this was, eh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist vial, but beyond that I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Any road, no use worrying about Eliane. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long, and when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you got more important things to think about. Come but not gone. The parting glass. Judging by Mamodi's grin, your star could not rise any higher. Would you believe that while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems her grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you in the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? Go on then, go. Oh, are they going to be merciful? Yeah, maybe. Unless this is an elsewhere thing.
You needn't trouble yourself so. Your grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your grace is ready, I shall summon the warrior of light. I am.
Get your crystals handy. Oh boy. Just take me here, please. You don't have to have me walk on my own reconnaissance. Hey, everybody's together having a nice look at that boy. Damn. Looking good, dude. Is there only one of him, or is he cloned several times in this audience? It seems he's been in every shot. Emmerich.
Everyone looks to be
no.
in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally.
He just liked the Warrior of Light.
When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty Warrior of Light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
I've just been getting all kinds of
He will be
news.
joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required his attention, but it did not sound serious.
Then why did you pass the news on to me? Come on. I thought you were being merciful. Thought you were being merciful. Where's the Royal Promenade? Okay, it's right up there. We went out the wrong door? What is going on? What is happening? What is that music? Stop. Thank you. Fucking 10:30 at night. I do not have time for that. Okay. Royal Promenade. Chamber of Rule is what it's called. See, they could have just had her be there, right? Waiting for us. We didn't have to do this part at all. Especially considering that we're meeting her at the meeting chamber. Bartholomew. Greetings, sir. The banquet began mere moments ago, and I would be honored to show you in, but I believe the Sultana's handmaiden has an urgent matter to discuss. My apologies, sir. Thank you for coming, sir. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. Or if you are ready, it will be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith. Warning. Upon proceeding to the Sultana's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Proceed to the Sultana's bedchamber? Why don't we call this video here, and I shall immediately launch into another to finish this expansion up. I think that sounds good to me. See you soon.